what we have has become another thing for us.
This one is the gasoline, this is the PMS. You can see the diesel, because I'm sure most Nigerians, they have never ever seen this color of diesel. But this is what you call Euro 5 diesel. It's less than 10 ppm.
Subsidy regime is gone. A round of applause for President Tinubu. We thank you, Mr. President, for having the courage to remove fuel subsidy.
Because now Dangote's fuel that is refining here is more expensive than the fuel that they are bringing into the country.
Whose fault is that?
It's NNPC. It's Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He's the one that wants to start subsidizing Dangote.
Is Bola Ahmed Tinubu the MD of NNPC?
He's the Minister of Petrol.
What has happened is not a function of politics or a proclamation by the president. It's a function of law. The Petroleum Industry Act eliminated the system of subsidy as we knew it.
It's the same old pattern that we have. You first of all start from the point of scarcity. When people get frustrated, any new price will be welcome.
Since morning, I left the filling station by 2 o'clock. What are we benefiting from Lagos, from federal government?
Dangote begins production of petrol again. Apparently, they don't give them back the license. Now, I have a lot of questions, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, today, petrol is selling across Nigeria for an average of 1,000 naira per litre. Now, those elected into office are not bothered because you are Nigerian and you will adjust.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Plan B TV News. Okay, a lot of people, they talk now, but like, okay, fuel not the Nigeria, fuel subsidy, fuel refinery, everything about fuel price and none of that. It's causing chaos in Nigeria. Dangote Refinery, Modular Refinery, Motor Refinery, Tinubu Refinery. Everything have been causing a lot of confusion in Nigeria. Why is fuel price keep on skyrocketing ever since Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his cohorts took over power?
Continue to pay for that.
Okay, so as of today, the importers of petrol to the country, they say landing cost is 1,117 per litre. Unofficial. So it means government subsidizes the rest, right? Unofficial, now Dangote wants to be selling crude oil from his refinery at 1,300 per litre. Which is better? Is it not better for us to continue buying the fuel, bringing the fuel, landing it at 1,117 than to buy at Dangote?
What do you have against the Dangote Refinery?
Absolutely nothing. I think that some critical stakeholders have done a deal somewhere and that they want to start subsidizing Dangote. That is the only thing. Because it doesn't make any sense that you sell crude oil to him in Naira. He should sell at 500 Naira. Because you're already selling the crude oil to him in Naira. The crude oil business, universally, is a business that is traded in dollars. You cannot tell. Let's assume that you're an IOC. You are the one doing the crude at the oil well. And when you do the crude, you can sell the crude at the international market in dollars. The government is now forcing you to sell the crude to Dangote in Naira. Why will you do that? And let's even say government forces you to sell to Dangote in Naira. Should fuel not be cheaper in Nigeria than the fuel that they bring into the country? Because now Dangote's fuel that is refining here is more expensive than the fuel that they are bringing into the country.
Whose fault is that?
It's NNPC. It's Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He's the one that wants to start subsidizing Dangote.
Is Bola Ahmed Tinubu the MD of NNPC?
He's the Minister of Petrol. We must stop shifting the buck. The buck stops at his table. He must take responsibility for the failure in the oil sector. Every single inadequacy and incompetence in the oil sector, he's to blame. You also need to look
What about the...
Now, I want you guys to watch this compilation of videos that I collected on the social media space to know what Dangote is saying on the other hands. Because people are giving appraisal to Dangote that, oh, Dangote fuel, because Dangote already started refining his crude. Dangote fuel is very clean, more cleaner than that of the NNPC and any other refinery that is in Nigeria. So, but why is it that it's not yet distributing his fuel? And why is it that his fuel price, according to him, is still fixed? So everybody's okay. What is going on, Dangote? Dangote decided to come out and address the nation, saying that not being you, NNPC the fixed price. And if he decide to beat his price down, he go enter wahala. I want you guys to watch the video. We'll be right back.
Hello, good morning, Ayo. Good morning. I'm not sure who's in studio, Dr. Ruben, Rufai. I'm not sure who's in there. But of course, it's another momentous occasion. We're here live at the Dangote Refinery and Petrochemical Complex. Of course, first time in 28 years, we are having a petrol PMS, premium motor spirits being produced in Nigeria. And with me, of course, I have the president himself of the Dangote Group, as well as Fatima Dangote and Mr. Edwin Devakoma. These are very familiar faces, of course, but we're quite pressed for time. So I just want to ask, let's just capture your sentiment on what this moment represents for you as a group. I know a lot of work is happening. You've had a colorful few months, last few months, but let's talk about what this represents. Of course, you're holding the very liquid gold right now.
Well, this represents, a very historic, monumental, achievement, which I think I must congratulate the people of Nigeria and the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for giving us all the support to be where we are today. This achievement, really, you are right, in the last 28 years, we haven't really had this sort of achievement, but you can see that even there are some videos of 1974, which we have fuel queues, and those fuel queues, they are still here. This will eliminate all fuel queues in Nigeria. This will improve the health of everybody. This will also make sure that there is consistent supply to the market. It will also bring the real demand of PMS, no paper transaction. It will also help to make sure that it corrects this distortion of the naira, bring stability to the naira, bring growth and development and prosperity. So we want to thank Nigerians for being behind us to be where we are today. But this is a very, very historic moment.
It certainly is, and there's so much to look forward to. Of course, you're holding the priced gold here. Fatima, of course, you and Edwin have also been a part of this process. How do you feel about this moment? We spoke earlier, and which I will update our audience later about, when things are going to happen, when it will hit the market. Of course, that's subject to the NNPC, but let's get your brief sentiments on it very quickly.
Well, history has been made. We're really excited, and we're glad and happy to be part of this history and the ones making the history. Is an exciting time for us, and I'm sure it's an exciting time for the whole of Nigeria as well. So we're really excited to be here today to witness this history being made.
This one is the gasoline, this is the PMS. You can see the diesel, because I'm sure most Nigerians, they have never ever seen this color of diesel. But this is what you call Euro 5 diesel. It's less than 10 ppm. And, that is sulfur-wise. Okay, so this is what will really help, actually, to help the engines, vehicles, you name it, generators, they will last much, much longer. The health of people to the environment will not be polluted. This is the real thing. Euro 5 diesel for the first time in the history of Nigeria.
Dangote begins production of petrol again. Apparently, they don't give them back the license. Now, I have a lot of questions, right? Did they give Dangote because Dangote already they leak a lot of secrets where Nigerians don't know about? If you remember vividly, like a few months ago, Dangote they talk about how they carry fuel from here, go Malta, Abina, Brazil. They go refine and or send them back to Nigeria and sell it more expensive. Dangote leak secrets. So they talk about the involvement of NNPC inside all this chua where they make a lot of billions of dollars off our own natural resources. It was talking a lot. Do you understand? Dangote just did a leak secrets. They leak secret. So they get to the point where somebody say, no be lift up for very dark man again. I lift up for Aliko Dangote. Then from nowhere, now, when I don't let them want to do this thing, did you people let him because you are scared that we keep releasing more secrets, or you let him because he blackmail you now? I don't understand. You understand? Now, Dangote now go keep quiet though. You know go talk now. Everything don't finish with that. He will not say anything again after it. So what is going on? Is it that those people that were doing all those things then they will go unpunished? Do you understand? Or is it that you people have struck a deal within yourself that doesn't concern us? Yes, if Dangote start refining fuel, it will be cheaper for Nigerians to buy fuel and all. Fine and good. Do you understand? But how are those people that you allege, all those people that you allege, say that they move fuel, your car and go motor, they make different money, what is going to happen to them? You even talk. Dangote even talk to the point of say, most of the fuel, all they put for our cars, now fake fuel. Do you understand? So what's really going on? The Dangote blackmailed the government? I don't understand. Because Dangote no be person will be saying if he just shut up like that. Yeah, so what was the deal? You understand? What was the deal? This country is very, very crazy. That's number one. Number two, how about our other refineries? Have you people monopolize it now for only Dangote to be making fuel, to be refining fuel, or you make our 3 other refineries work so that fuel will be very, very, very cheaper for us? What is the plan? Because it's almost as if when I want to monopolize them, and they've already alleged that Dangote is known for monopolizing. Allegedly. That is why the likes of Ibeto Cement didn't flourish. You understand? That is why allegedly. That is why they say the likes of Boa Cement, they struggle. So what is really the story? You understand? From nowhere, Dangote where they para. Now, Dangote, they say thank you. Asimajibola met Tinubu and the government. I want to say thank you for... do you really care about Nigerians or you care about your name? But anyways, that's not my business. Now my observation, now I just explain. Do they really care about Nigerians or it is within themselves? Do you understand? If we keep on playing with these people, we're going to learn. And we'll learn the hard way. Shout out to you, Dangote. Hey, that wow.
So, not just him, a lot of people are still talking about this fuel price, this fuel skyrocketing, the confusion, the fuel scarcity, the fuel price, the fuel subsidy, the fuel refinery, everything ever since Tinubu took over power, just between the space of 1 year and some months now. Everybody is complaining. So I want you guys to watch this particular video of this guy who also give his own 2 cents, the reason why fuel price, the fuel, everything that is causing chaos in Nigeria. I want you guys to watch the video. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, today, petrol is selling across Nigeria for an average of 1,000 naira per litre. Value-added tax is climbing to 10%. According to latest news from the government, inflation is above 30%. The naira is exchanging at 1,650 naira. But one thing is certain, Nigerians will adjust. The Nigerian ability to adjust to pain is mysterious. And that's all we do. We adjust. It's our blessing and our curse. It's the thing that makes us able to thrive in any part of the world and come out on top in comparison to other people around us. But yet, it is our biggest curse. It's the curse that makes us find excuses to understand why we continue to suffer, no matter how bad it is. That curse will make you adjust and never actually demand an end to your suffering. If the great Fela Kuti was alive today, he would have made another suffering and smiling song, if you remember. A remix will be due in 2024. Now, those elected into office are not bothered because you are Nigerian and you will adjust. Those elected into government will continue to gather so much so they never get to feel your pain. They will stay in government and fund a life of dreams for their families, send their children to school abroad, buy houses abroad, even buy new citizenships for themselves in choice countries around the world. But you, the average Nigerian, who stood in the rain and sun to vote these people into office, you will adjust. Yes, you will. Your earnings will remain the same year after year and tenure after tenure. Your salary and your earnings will remain the same or even lose value to inflation. But the Nigerian in you will adjust. Some will even have time to be tribal bigots while they adjust. You will have time and mental space to know who is Yoruba and who is Igbo and who is Fulani and who is from Abakaliki. But the Nigerian spirit in you will never actually say enough is enough. Instead, you will adjust. There's nothing like being pushed to the wall for the average Nigerian. The average Nigerian will move from eating 3 meals a day to eating twice and to even eating once a day if you're fortunate enough. And the average Nigerian will convince himself that they don't even need to eat that much because you are busy. Yes, you will adjust. And a few months later, you will be pushed again to the wall with new taxes The wall in Nigerian context is elastic, so you never really fight back because there's always space for you to make adjustments to more suffering. There's space. In the last few weeks, there have been stories of dozens murdered or kidnapped in Sokoto and Zamfara state. Those lives are not less important than the lives in other parts of Nigeria. And we all know that our government is failing in its most important task, the security of lives and property. Businesses are failing. Nigerians can't afford food or transportation. But as our fellow Nigerians mourn their loved ones in Sokoto and Zamfara and some of all those states, and as Nigerians are introduced to new taxes and the most expensive petrol in our history, once again, we will adjust and adjust and adjust. Because that's all we do, and it's what we are good at. Good morning, Nigerians.
I've been here to cease. This morning to cease. I've been here to cease. We are still on queue. We don't know what is happening. What are we benefiting from government, sir? Tell me what we are benefiting from government. We don't benefit anything. What we have has become another thing for us. I've been here. Last week Friday, I was at queue. Some few cars ahead of me. They said where I finished. Since morning, I left the filling station by 2 o'clock. What are we benefiting from Lagos, from federal government? Tell me.
Okay, Wale, we know that things are, just like you said, what are we benefiting from the federal government? What is your most pressing need now? How is this, fuel crisis affecting you personally?
Do you know where I always come from? Mowe, 500. Ask me how much they are taking now. It's 900, 1,000. And we have no choice. We must enter because I'm going to work. Tell me, our salary have not been increased. I don't know. Let somebody tell me what we are benefiting from Lagos, from federal government. This is only where which we are benefiting from federal government by subsidizing it for us. Tell me. Let's see better. Let better people come.
Well, let me ask you finally.
We are tired.
If you have the chance to speak directly to the government, what would you say?
If I have the chance to speak to the government directly, they will not give me chance.
So you heard from Dangote and the story behind all of this and everybody, and this guy that also just recently his interview, what he said about this issue. My own is that what is the profit of Tinubu in all of this? Because Tinubu is trying to say, because if you watch a news of this, I think one of the NSC guy, the Labour Congress guy, who said that, okay, they wanted to settle for minimum wage about 200 something thousand. But Tinubu said that if they settle for 200 something thousand for minimum wage, for salary for all the civil servants, then we have to increase the fuel price from 600 to 2,000. Then, for them not being selfish, they said they have to beat the price down so that everybody can afford the price of fuel. While not everybody that is working on that Tinubu, not everybody is a civil servant. What about the common people? So that everybody can afford fuel and live a normal life. They never knew that Tinubu and his legal team, Tinubu and his cabals are cunning men. They twist their mind, they deceive them, they settle for 70,000 for minimum wage. Immediately they settle for 70,000 for minimum wage. They signed the paper, they agreed, they went on. Before they went on, Tinubu increased fuel from 600 to 1,004, 1,005, 1,002 to 800 to 900 and 1,000, as the case may be, depending on the region and the state that you are. How are they going to go back to a drawing board and decide to protest again is not an issue because they already signed paper. Tinubu is saying that there's no money in Nigeria, but is affording and buying all kinds of things that is unuseful to Nigeria. Buying one of the most expensive car that worth billions of naira. Buying a private jet upon private jet upon private jet that even to the extent China is not seizing Nigeria private jet. Buying a yacht. Now giving Muslims 90 billions, spending money lavishly on themselves. But when it is time for Nigeria, when you complain, they give you 10 kg of rice. That 10 kg is not like they're going to be giving you every week or every month. That 10 kg of rice they just gave to you supposed to last you 1 year. When you cry, it's 10 kg of rice. When you want to protest, it's 10 kg of rice. No tomatoes, no onions, no stew, nothing, not even jollof rice now. The only thing they have to offer you is 10 kg of rice, not even 50 kg that will sustain you and your family. The issue now is that most people that is under APC and these, what's it called? What's the name of those Yoruba people? Yes, some, not all, as I say, Tinubu needs more time.
What has happened is not a function of politics or a proclamation by the president. It's a function of law. The Petroleum Industry Act eliminated the system of subsidy as we knew it under the former administration of President Muhammad Buhari. Now, as of the signing into law of the PIB, petroleum subsidy was gone, meaning that Nigeria, this new government that succeeded President Buhari, could not, pay, subsidies because the law didn't permit it. So you couldn't budget for it as we did in the past years. So what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu did on the day of his inauguration was simply communicate what the law had declared. And I think this point is critical to make, that we should be mindful that what the president did on the first day of his inauguration was to declare the state of the law. He didn't do anything of his own free will. It had been legislated by the National Assembly and signed into law by the previous president. Now, with that said, we went on. You will attest, anyone who reads the national budget since the president came in, including some of the supplementaries, there's no provision for subsidies at all. Now, let me qualify what I'm about to say. But, I think this is just my own understanding. I don't speak for the NNPC or for anybody, but I speak for my party, the All Progressives Congress. What happened, in my understanding from reading the same information that you read, I believe, is that the NNPC, being now a quasi-public-private entity, continued in some way, shape, or form, to some degree, to manage that, recognizing that a wholesale, complete, total removal of subsidy would in fact, further exacerbate, existing economic conditions for the time being. Now, that is for NNPC to explain, and I think they've, been trying and have tried to explain that. But the point I'm making is that that subsidy regime had become completely unsustainable. You cannot have a country where all of the earnings, the gross earnings of a country, was expended subsidizing one single product for the people. I understand that historically we've created the dependency on subsidy. So our people are used to buying fuel, at almost nothing compared to what others are buying elsewhere. However, now that it's become obvious that we cannot sustain that system had to go, and it was removed by law. Nigerians have representatives in the National Assembly. They could have told their representatives object to the removal of subsidy when that discussion was taking place. There were public hearings done. Whatever happened, that was passed into law, and the President Buhari signed it. That is the state of affairs today. And also, by the way, let me say this: I'm not an economist. I'm just an ordinary lawyer. But I dare to say that I do not know of any country, or of any individual for that matter, any family, that has generationally lived on one single income and lived comfortably. You must be, either a self-made billionaire in dollar terms, or you inherited some wealth.
Your point exactly?
To be able to do that. My point being that Nigeria, generationally, since independence, has lived on one single, product and source of income, of a product that's not even controlled by the country, that is internationally dictated. Oil price of crude oil is not set by Nigeria, as some businesses do. Coca-Cola sets its own price. But the price of crude oil, which is the only major source of income for this country, is dictated externally. We have no control over it. Liable to all the vagaries and the forces, internationally.
Tinubu is going to 2 years in power now. By the time Tinubu completes 2 years, waits in 3 years, going to 4 years for election, he start bringing contractors and start deceiving people that he wants to work. No, you have to vote for me so that I can complete my tenure.
It's the same old pattern that we have. You first of all start from the point of scarcity. When people get frustrated, any new price will be welcome. But now, if you walk on the island and you are coming from the mainland, you spend a minimum of 2,000 going and coming on transportation alone, with a minimum salary of 70,000. 2,000 times 20 gives you what now? About 40,000. So you're almost wiped out. We keep being pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. It's gotten out of hand. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs. Oh, yes. Now, okay, the latest thing now is that many people sleep in their offices. I saw somebody, a woman, she once she comes to work on Sunday, she can't go home until, you saw me yesterday. You heard me when I was there. Yes. She doesn't go home. She has to stay here. A married woman. Isn't that a disruption in the family? So she works in one place. The husband has no work. He has to wait until he comes over the weekend. Is that a life?
Man, I don't really know what to say about all of this, but I shall end it here. So I will give you guys the rest of the video so that you give your 2 cents about it at the end of the video. What are your thoughts about this? Do you think that, okay, let's just bear it and wait in election time? Do you think that there should be a phase 2 of protest? Me personally, they say protest is coming on October 1st. I believe that every Nigerians, that independent day, they should be rejoicing for independence. There's nothing independent about Nigeria. But now, the state are not constructing road, because if they want to do it, the federal will say no, it is federal road. If you do it, we're not giving out the money. It is always something like that. Anyway, I'm going to end the video here. Until you guys give your 2 cents, I'll be waiting for you in the comment section. For those of you that voted APC, hey, yeah, we are in this together. For those of you that did not vote, they stole your mandate. Just be patient. 1 year. God will do it. We'll go to church and go to mosque, go to our prayer center, and let's go and pray. Oh God, I fought for Israel. Come and invite this APC. I love you guys. Until we meet again, peace out.
Subsidy regime is gone. A round of applause for President Tinubu. We thank you, Mr. President, for having the courage to remove fuel subsidy. Nigeria. You see this case of Nigeria, so me, Peter, I will continue to be that voice that is crying in the wilderness of Nigeria. And because I know that this country must work in my lifetime, and everything where I dey talk, we will come back to address them, because I know that what I'm saying is the truth, even though I know be celebrity. I told you people that the issue of this Nigerian fuel subsidy, Nigeria problem not be fuel subsidy. The major problem of the Nigerian subsidy regime is the corruption and criminality in Nigerian oil sector. Any president fit stand talk say the fuel subsidy regime is over. God bless you, President Tinubu. But Mr. President, the major question we will need to ask is the corruption and criminality in the petroleum sector over? Is the corruption and criminality in NNPC over? Have you unbundled NNPC to make it a more transparent and accountable agency of government? President Buhari made himself petroleum minister for 8 years. The same thing President Tinubu is minister for petrol today. The thing where they that oil sector, where men continue to mount there, one day we go know. That is why, after all, in other countries, subsidy is paid in different countries in different forms. But the major problem of the Nigerian subsidy regime is outright criminality and stealing. Now that same corruption make way today out of 3 refineries, all of them are moribund, but with the budget money every year to service refineries when they produce 1 liter of fuel. So the same person who was head of NNPC under Buhari is still there till today. Tomorrow, NNPC chairman go contact and say Port Harcourt refinery will begin to produce fuel in 2019, in 2040, in 3080, in 8060. Oh, Shilenshio. But what do you expect? You cannot use corruption to fight corruption. That is why my message today now to two group of people, our elders in Nigeria and to my fellow Nigerian youths. Our dear Nigerian elders, my daddy, Professor Wole Soyinka, Reverend Tunde Bakari, my daddy, Barrister Femi Falana, and all others, Auntie Joe Dumakin. In 2012, when I formed the group, you called it Save Nigeria Group. You fought President Jonathan's government to a standstill. You say you want to save Nigeria from bad leadership, to occupy Nigeria protests against fuel subsidy and all that. My dear daddies, Nigeria has now been saved? Because we not going to hear anything again. Has the country been saved? Professor Wole Soyinka, because most of your interview now, you tend to talk more about the Labour Party candidate who, according to INEC, lost election, and forget the fact that you led Occupy Nigeria protests. You helped to bring in Buhari. Buhari brought in the current Osinyokone Miaze that everybody is dealing with now. We have to attend to this now, Prof. Is it that you people were fighting to save Nigeria from what we had before, so that we can now achieve this one? Was this the Nigeria of your dreams? This current situation, so you were fighting under Jonathan so that we can realize this current one we have, so haba. So Nigerians are now queuing to buy fuel for 897 naira, according to NNPC. Other filling stations, 1,000 something. So we are buying fuel for more than 1,000 naira under the same government that protested against removal of fuel subsidy, that took fuel to just 141 naira. Haba now, our fathers. My dad is, with all due respect. So when they fight, the time you were fighting to save Nigeria, bag of rice was less than 15,000. Dollar was less than 200. Fuel was less than 100 naira. We dey fight to save Nigeria. Bag of rice reached 70,000. Fuel reached 1,000. Dollar 1,005. Indomie reached, carton of Indomitable reached 10,000. Bread reached 1.6 per loaf. We no can save Nigeria again. Abisha Nigeria can't save when I mean no. Maybe when I save Nigeria, but maybe na me they mad. I have not seen the salvation of Nigeria. Maybe you have saved it. You see this country, so that is. It is true that corruption is bad and corruption can destroy Nigeria, but the thing that may destroy Nigeria before corruption is hypocrisy. Our selective fight for good governance, what we decide to call fighting for good governance, as we they select them, if this person our own, okay, we'll fight. If this one, fellow Nigerian youths, when I don't see them, we don't see where our fathers don't fight to save Nigeria reach. They don't fight and reach this bus stop. So they don't save and reach like this. They don't reach bus stop. They don't come down. They don't leave us for bus. Nigerian youths, we are our only hope. We are our only salvation. We are our only Messiah. We must come together to help this country. During protests, they tell us, make we focus on electoral reform. They say, no, that one a long-term issue. See the short-term issue that is bringing price of fuel down. How many weeks after protest, instead of fuel to come down, the thing rather go up? Any protest where we do, where we not mobilize ourselves, go National Assembly to demand electoral reform and demand the opening of the account of NNPC and the entire petroleum sector, now play with the play on Nigerian youths. We must be very focused on what we want. I'm talking to the Nigerian youth where be like me, where be say we not get hope to Jackpa. Say we did this country. We must fix it. Nigeria must work for all of us. We cannot continue to suffer in silence. This is suffering and smiling. People, they die. Is it until we begin to pick dead body for road? People, they die of hunger, anxiety, depression. The suffering is too much. The pain is too much. Nigerians are going through a lot. We cannot keep quiet. Because one protest no work, no means say we not go continue to fight for this country. This is too bad. Things are too bad. We must come together and save ourselves and save Nigeria from the point where our fathers don't save and reach. I take God beg on our Nigerian youth. Let us set aside these differences and see how we can talk about the moving forward of this country. We cannot use corruption to fight corruption. Forget about this set of people you are seeing. So it is almost a hopeless situation. Let us get an opportunity to get and elect our own leaders. Is it impossible? For goodness sake.
From 617 naira to 897 naira. President Tinubu, who won buyer? Hold on. Just yesterday, yeah, you people charged these guys who came out to protest without guns, without wood. We don't even carry broom, and just placard with stands. They shout, say hunger day. Una come outside instead of una to address us. Una catch these ones, charge them for treason. An offense if found wanting can be punishable by death because they come outside say hunger day. And today, the next day, una increase fuel pass as even be as at one with the protest. And some persons are calling me, no poor mad. Hey, be careful, you know the government, this government. Hey, everybody, please don't enter us. Una de Chris. The next person will come here and advise me, put fear for my body. She hunger day, I be hunger no day. The next protest will be not that we day. Do you beat a child and tell the child not to cry? People are complaining about cheap and you are increasing it. If you don't know the policies to make that we better our lives, seek help. Who won't buy for it? If the official price is $8.97, what's the black market go concert 2,000 per liter because the black market. Oh Jesus God! I say my boys when they go buy for it, then they tell me say not rich 10,000 for it not rich. I don't understand 10,000 and 10 liter on the craze, and everybody they look like cow when they donate. Nobody want talk. And some persons are still online defending this government. Sure, good not the. You people are normal. Head to I'm not the worker for my life. Now the craze. Now go. You know what? Hey, we all they suffer and they go. These now other issues they bother us. We cannot unite and ask these people questions. Hey, we all they suffer and they go. Before I go participate for any protest, I'll need to see God for my dream. Or Google need to appear, tell me say I beg. I'll need to see and see everybody don't really ready. I don't really tire for suffer. See it then. Oh, they buy the fuel like that. If you feel buying, I feel buying. Who don't see money buy go day darkness. Business go close. Everybody will rest. Who won't get key die? Hell whole of the country. See how come I buy 100 naira. How many family go fit buy drink? How many family they don't they tag granite oil now for cellophane? People not even buy bottle. The can where they measure now cellophane now people they see everybody Garrett and Nigerians so they are just to nonsense. You not too fear. Now they fear that she life you day. You don't know where your mates there for that country. You don't know where your mates don't achieve. They increase minimum wage to 70,000. They increase passports to 100,000. Who not they want? For they don't increase them. Everybody lost.